Well, good evening, everybody. It is the 27th of April, and it looks like in a few days the directive from the governor is going to end, and he is lessening restrictions that are coming into play on Friday. And the following Friday, there'll be some more updates and so on. So the question is when is our church going to reopen? Well, it looks like it's going to be pretty soon. So I wanted to put this video out, and I wanted you to start thinking, what does that look like? Because I still think we need to be safe when we come back, when we make the final decision to kind of have a soft opening. And when I say soft opening, I don't really foresee us having a full blown opening because probably some of our more vulnerable um, members and attendees need to really be mindful about coming out just yet. But I've asked the leaders and the teachers to start thinking about our church when we ask people to start coming back. What does social distancing look like in our church? What does safe practices look like? And then, of course, cleaning and disinfecting after each week's service. I think those are some things that we're going to have to start thinking about. So if you do me a favor, start thinking about those things. What does it look like if we were to open the doors in a couple of weeks, maybe perhaps even on Mother's Day, to maybe consider that day hosting a service, and maybe even hosting a couple of services to where we can limit the numbers of people that are coming in. So it looks like it's coming. It's going to happen pretty soon. And I think some churches have opened their doors and they're having church. Some churches have been having church. And we'll continue to use the platforms that we have been using, such as Facebook Live, YouTube, and Zoom, and also a church app called Band, BAND. So if you've not yet joined Band, please do so, because I think that is a great platform for church members to stay connected. We'll still use the texting platform that Vernon uses to keep everybody informed quickly, but the Band app allows you to publish and post some things out for each other to see. So it's another communication tool. We'll still use Facebook Live, and we'll still put sermons on YouTube, and I'm sure Vernon will still put Sunday school lessons on YouTube, because we're not going to be back to 100% when we do open. So, but anyway, be mindful of it. Start thinking about that for me. Feel free to send me an email at pastorbrianmerchant628@gmail.com. Pastor Brian Merchant 628@gmail.com. Brian spelled with an I. Pastor Brian Merchant 628 is the address of the church at gmail.com. So shoot me an email. Let me know your thoughts. Now, obviously, not you don't have to come to church when we have church, but we're probably going to be opening pretty soon. And when you feel comfortable, then absolutely we want you to join us. But let's be thinking about how we can do it safely and wisely, not fearfully, because we don't live in fear. I had somebody tell me that today, and I said, well, we're not living in fear, but we're being wise about our actions. I told that person today, I said, I don't know about you. I don't want to be put on a ventilator. How about you? And he said, well, no, I don't want to either. I said, fear has nothing to do with it. I said, I'm here now talking to you, so I'm not too fearful, but we need to be wise about what we're doing. And I think, if anything, COVID has taught us to be wise, to learn some new habits, daily habits that may keep us safe and well from here out. So I think, those are some good things that we've learned from this time. But I know everybody's anxious to get back, and I'm anxious to get back. We had a few singers there on Sunday, and Bobby was playing the piano, and gosh, it sure was nice. And I know it's you're like I am, and we want to get back. There's nothing better than being together. But anyway, let's think about it. Let's pray about it because probably in the near future, we're going to be ready to probably host our first service again. Now, like I said, there's no definite date and there's no definite time frame that we have decided. But as more and more things open, we're going to be following suit to get back into the process of doing what we do. I do want to say a special thanks to everybody that's been, sending in your tithe, working at the church when there's nobody else there. We've had some people go up and mow and weed eat, and people just been doing a lot of things. People that have been checking on each other, praying for each other. So there's just been a lot of things happening behind the scenes, and it's just amazing. It really, really is. So we just really want to tell you how thankful we really are that you are so committed in keeping the church going, keeping everything like it needs to be. That just speaks volumes of the character of people that God has blessed us with at New Beginnings, and we're so thankful, and we're so blessed to have such committed men and women. I do want to share with you that when we go back to church, we are looking at making some changes in the church that I'm going to be talking with the church about. One of those changes is we're going to look at starting a children's church. And I'm looking for 2 people that would be willing to make $25 an hour on Sunday and come service when we get ready to preach. We'll dismiss the kids and we're going to put together some curriculum. So if you'd like to make some extra money, we're looking for 2 people to make $25 an hour for 1 hour each week, as long as kids are in attendance, whether it's 1 or 20, it doesn't matter. But we want to start off with at least 1, preferably 2, because if our numbers grow in children's church, we're going to need an extra helper. And so basically you'll make about $100 a month, $125 with a 5th Sunday in the month. And so be praying about that and thinking about that, because I'm looking for 2, men or a woman, preferably a man and a woman, maybe a husband and a wife, or maybe a mom and a son, or a son and a dad, or daughter and a dad. So just kind of, that's what I'd like to see, but it don't have to be that way. It could be 2 ladies, or it could be two guys. So, but anyway, we want to someone who wants to follow the curriculum that we're going to produce, the schedule that we're going to produce, and we'll let you tweak it once we get going. But we're already working on what that looks like. We're also going to be starting a youth Sunday school class again, and we're going to be starting a children's Sunday school class again. Brother Wayman has volunteered to lead the youth in Bible study on Sunday mornings at 10, and Chico has volunteered to work with the children on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. And when school is out during the summer and spring break, myself and Michelle and Kim Collis are going to host a Wednesday night children's program from 6:30 to 7:30, and this is just when school is out. So when school is in session, we think it's more important for the kids to be home, getting ready to go to bed, to get up to go to school. But when school is out, we will offer that as a midweek service for the younger folks. So lots of exciting things, I think. Lots of good things coming our way. I believe we're going to have a lot of new people come and visit the church. I think that COVID has also taught us the value of being together because everybody's ready to be back together with each other, and I'm the same way. I'm excited to do that. So, but anyway, we do need to think about our first service back. What does that look like? What steps can we take to keep everyone safe, to practice social distancing? Um, not to get all excited and get out and give hugs and everything. I think we ought to be mindful of each other, with the intentions of keeping each other safe. And I think we could pull that off. So just be thinking about it. I wanted to put out this informational video. It's been a while since we've had an update. These are some things that we've been talking about behind the scenes. The children's church, the two workers, a lot of that stuff has got to be dealt with by the church at a business meeting. So once we get back into full swing, we will be discussing that and voting on those items so that everybody can be on board. And so you might ask yourself, Brother Brian, why are you considering paying someone? Well, for a couple of reasons. One is we haven't had nobody volunteer. And the second thing is, if we're going to ask somebody to not be a part of the preaching service and the invitation part of the service, then let's compensate them for going over and spending some time with the kids and really investing in the kids for that morning. Not just someone to babysit them, but someone to invest and to take the time to teach them about the Lord and spend some time with them, some quality time, letting them run outside and play and have a good time. And somebody needs to supervise that. Somebody needs to be the adult and making sure everybody's safe. And so those are some things we're thinking about, we're going to be working on. So pass the word around. So if you're somebody who says, well, I'd love to go to New Beginnings, but they don't have a children's church, well, you're about to get your wish. It's about to happen. And so we're excited about that. And then if you'd like to come during Sunday school, we're going to have a children's Sunday school class again and a youth Sunday school class again. And we're going to have a Wednesday night program when the kids are out of school. So lots of things happening. We're even going to start working on a nursery for our youngest members of our church that have been coming in that front room up there so that they can have a place to call their own. And we're going to fix it where they can hear the service in there so they can have a private place. And we're just going to have a great time. So lots of great things happening, lots of good things coming our way. And I just give God the glory. And I just give him all the praise and the honor because of just what he does for us. He's so awesome. He sent you to New Beginnings to be somebody. And so thank you for being somebody at our church. And thank you for your commitment and your faithfulness. So just remember, these are things we're going to talk about. So don't get too excited about it. We're not there yet. But I just wanted to take a moment and share some of that with you. So number one, that you could be in prayer about it, because prayer is the key to our success. So we want to ask God not only to open doors, but we want God to bless us as we walk through those doors, and that he can really be glorified. And that's the key to it all, for God to be glorified. Well, listen, we thank you and we love you. And we miss you, and we're going to be seeing you soon, live and in person. Have a good night. God bless, and stay safe. Amen.